Good morning, everyone, and welcome to March 1st. But we need to talk about the end of February. All right, the Dasher shirt is back, not because the losing streak's continuing, which it is, but I got a couple autographs on here from the goaltending tandem. Um, and because I have a background in radio, I got an autograph from Devin Dobik on here somewhere as well. But anyway, um, yeah, we'll talk about the game and then we'll talk a little bit about everything that really mattered last night. Also, this is a nice little souvenir. Thank you guys. Um, so the game itself, yeah, 9-0 blowout, not unexpected. At least the Dashers had their full roster this week. The problem a lot of the guys, they're Um, they've played the majority of their games this year in the MIHL or the APHL, and I'm not discounting those leagues. Those are very important leagues for developmental hockey, but you know it, it's tough when most of your roster is comprised of that level of player, and then you take on a Binghamton Black Bears team that's won 16 in a row, now 17. So please excuse my voice. I am getting over a cold. I'm going to be doing this in composite form, basically talking about one game, pausing, getting some fluids, and continuing. So bear with me. I was at the game, and why was I there when I didn't feel my best? You know, because of some things that happened later on. All right, first period, Austin Thompson scores. Uh, uh, Josh Fletcher scores, and CJ Stubbs has a power play goal in the first. 3-0 at the end of one. Shots in the first period, 20-4. Nolan Egbert was not very busy. Parker Rutherford was. The Rutherford made several outstanding saves in this game. So in the second period, it is Tyson Kirkby scoring his first of the night, shorthanded. That's also the team's 14th shorthanded goal this year. And then Jesse Anderson adds a power play goal. So 5-0 at the end of two. Shots now 49-8 at the end of 40 minutes. Yeah. Third period, we have Cam Clark scores a goal. He hadn't scored in a dozen games, so it was good to see him on the board. Kirkby scores in a 4-on-4 situation. Dakota Bond scores in a 4-on-4 situation. Congratulations, Dakota Bond. He now has 103 points. He had 4 points last night. 103 Fed points in his career. And then Tyson Kirkby completes a hat trick in a 4-on-3 situation, 14-34. And there you go. There's your 9-0 game. There's so many goals scored, I can't even do math. Rutherford was 61 of 70. Still, 61 saves, outstanding. And like I said, several of the saves he made were just incredible. 47-79 on hand. Kirkby with the hat trick and an assist. Bond, a goal and 3 assists. CJ Stubbs had a goal and 2 assists. Nolan Egbert, he wins. He gets a shutout, 14-14. It's his second career shutout. For Dashers, just not much went right last night until after the game, and that's why I want to take just a minute to talk about. I had the opportunity and the pleasure to meet the guys, to load their bus up with tons of stuff, food and toiletries, necessities, and I got to meet several of them and talk with a few of them. I got Wally's and Parker's signatures, and just encouraged them and talked about how much we appreciated me representing Binghamton fans. We appreciated them being there, for making the trip. I won't go into details, but that bus shouldn't even be on the road. It really shouldn't. As a driver of commercial motor vehicles for the last 21 years. But it's what they got. So, we had the chance in Binghamton to kind of reach out and give them stuff from the bottom of our hearts. And tonight there's going to be a massive outpouring as well. So I'm hoping that the Dashers will always remember their last trip to Binghamton, not because of the score, but because of what the community was able to do for them. Thank you to everyone in Binghamton who either contributed last night or is contributing tonight. Appreciate it. All right, so that's the game. So yeah, Binghamton is 37-4-1, winners of 17 in a row now. I'm sorry, 16. I'm counting my chickens before they hatch. Dashers losing streak is 36, 135-3. All right, let me pause this and we'll go to the next game. All right, one of the most exciting games, and I was watching this, had my laptop with me. Yeah, Monroe and Athens. A very important game for both teams. Athens is in second place, and they're trying to keep pace with Carolina, who also keeps winning, just like the Black Bears. For Monroe, they're desperately trying to climb up and gain some points and to get into a fifth place spot. Lots of signings this week, including Houston Wilson and Yanni Lariakos. And in the end, they ended up coming up short. Monroe was dominant in the first period. The shot total was a little misleading. In the first period, it's Sean Kuhn in goal for the Moccasins and William Lavalier for the Athens Rock Lobsters. So Houston Wilson scores at 40 seconds in. First game back in the Fed in 2 years, and bam, he just took off right where he left. I believe, if memory serves correctly, I believe the last Fed game he played in was in Elmira, and I believe he had 2 goals against Binghamton. So he just comes back to the Fed and scores again. 10 minutes in, it's Anderson scoring, so it's 2-0. Now we get to the end of the first period, and things are starting to get physical too. Not chippy, but physical. Athens ends up with a 15-12 shots lead in that first period, but it was 2-0 on the scoreboard. In the second period, Athens gets goal by Malik Johnson, who he just had like one of those games where he just kind of took over. So 17:43, he scores, makes it 2-1. Shots through 2, 25 for Monroe and 24 for Athens. In the third period, early on, it is Hugo Koch scoring, 125 in. So it's 3-1, and Monroe is thinking, we got this, but Athens came back. Again, Malik Johnson, this time on the power play, and I can't even read the time of the goal. I was writing things so furiously last night. Something 52. And he scores, and that makes it a 3-2 game. And then at 11:38, 9:52, I'm sorry, 11:38, it's Danil Gulkarev. The guy is clutch. He just happens to score at the right time, at the time that Athens needs him the most. So it gets tied up at 3. In that third period, Athens was controlling the offensive flow of the game. And so then we get to our overtime period. Athens outshoots Monroe 6-2, but Sean Kuhn stops those 6 shots, keeps Monroe in it, gets it to the shootout, and on Athens' first shot, it's Philippe Virgili's absolutely sick goal, and that's the only goal of the shootout. So Athens comes away with a 4-3 win. They get 2 points. Monroe, unfortunately, only gets 1. Monroe is now 17-16-6, and lost a little ground. Athens 36-2, 46 shots on goal overall, 43 for Monroe. Blake Anderson, a goal and assist. Caden Henry, since he got traded to Monroe, he's really producing. He got another couple of assists last night. And Kuhn stops 43 during the game, plus one in the shootout for the Rock Lobsters. The stats don't do him justice. Malik Johnson, 2 goals and an assist, but he played better than that. He was fantastic last night. Kokarov, a goal and an assist, and Virgili with that shootout winner. Lavalier stops 40 of 43, plus all 3 shots faced in the shootout. Crowd 51-38, so almost a full house in Athens. So we had 2 close to shootouts. No, sellouts, excuse me. So there you go. So there's that game, more hot fluid. Now, originally, I was going to watch as a third game Carolina and Watertown, but that game started late because Carolina's bus broke down, and they were on the high side of the road for quite a while. So I ended up tuning in Hudson. There it is again. The HC Venom taking on the Blue Ridge Bobcats. So let me switch my pages here. All right, so it is Makar Sokolov getting a start for the Venom, and Sean Green. No, not the comedian. Connor Green started for the Bobcats. This is what happens when you cold medicine and all that kind of stuff. So again, bear with me. All right, early on, all Bobcats. And it's a good thing that the Bobcats put so much pressure on Sokolov and the Venom defense because later in the game, they would need it. All right, first period, 1:05 in, it's Danny Martin getting the Bobcats on the board. 1-0 at the end of 1. Shots in that first period were 21-11. They just peppered Sokolov. Good on him. He turned 20 of 21 aside. He played very well last night. All right, second period. Hunter Godmere scores 16 seconds in, so 2 quick strikes in the opening segments of the period for the Bobcats. Hunter Hall adds a goal at 5:23, and Dan Klinecki scores what would be the game-winning goal at 18-11. Now, it's 4-0. Everybody in Whitfield's probably thinking, we got this in the bag. But wait, there's a problem when you take it easy on a team like the Venom, when a player like Dustin Jasso is on the ice. Jasso makes a road trip, and he gets the Venom on the board at 3:10 of the third period. It's 4-1. Connor Craig scores on the power play, 10:40. It's 4-2. Just a couple minutes later, it's Jonas Lias. He scores. It's 4-3. And now everybody's feeling a little antsy. But that was it. That was the end of the scoring. Shots were 12 aside in the third period. 15-6 in favor of the Bobcats in the second. So, I mean, through 2, Sokolov had faced 36 shots. He already basically got a full game's worth of shots, but he had another period to go. And the Venom made it a game. Congratulations to them for making it competitive because, I mean, for a while it just looked like, this is a sleeper. But no. So, in the end, the Venom fall, excuse me, they fall to 8-24-3. Bobcats 21-15-4. Crowd of 1378 on hand. Connor Green gets the win. Sokolov takes the loss. And a goal and assist for Dustin Jasso. Stavros Soilis had a couple of assists. Sokolov stops 44 for the night. Meanwhile, for the Bobcats, Connor Green goes 26 of 29. You had a goal and assist by Martin and 2 assists by Justin Daly for the night. And, of course, a very welcome return of Hunter Godmere as well. So, there we go. Blue Ridge is now 21-15-4. So they gain 2 more points between them and Monroe. So now it's a 13-point gap. And we're starting to run out of games. So it's going to be a while before the Bobcats can say we clinched. But if things keep going the way they have lately, it looks like the Bobcats are very likely to get that fifth playoff spot. More hot fluids. All right, so as I said, this game started late due to the Thunderbirds getting in late. And this is going to be a 3-3. So we'll see if that has an effect on the Thunderbirds. Last night, apparently not. They came out full force in the first period, out shooting the Wolves 20-6. It was a scoreless first period. Mario Cavallari got the start for the Thunderbirds, and Tom Borodkin for the Wolves, who again, I made mention of it on Facebook, apparently have not been able to come to terms yet with Brendan Colgan. So they had an E-Bug, Garrett Johnson, who has been with them before. Second period, both teams score. It's David Gaeta and it's John Batista scoring. And so at the end of 2, it's 36-15 in favor of the Carolina Thunderbirds in the shots department. So yeah, they were not hampered by their travel troubles at all. Third period, the Wolves start to make a little bit more noise, get some more offense generated. But in the end, Carolina on 2 goals by Zach White ends up holding off the Wolves 3-2. Cavallari stops 25 of 27. Borodkin stops 44 of 47 in just a little over, it's 58-43 played. Again, I did not watch this game. I will be watching them tonight. So, yeah, these games, they're on my view list for tonight. So for the game, Gus Ford assists on each of the Carolina goals. Zach White has his 2 goals, and John Batista with power play goal. For the Wolves, Gaeta had a goal, and he assisted on Ludlow Harris's goal as well, but it just wasn't enough. Carolina, they win number 14 in a row, 31-7-3 is their record. Watertown 23-14-2. They don't gain any ground on on Danbury, who we'll talk about next. Again, I apologize for segmenting this, but I have to do it. Okay, Port Huron and Danbury. Of course, last weekend these two teams faced each other once, and Danbury won. This time, Port Huron finds a way. So it's Valtteri Nusiainen against Connor McCullum with the goaltenders, and this goes down to the wire. It goes into overtime, which I did not mark on here. Well, I did here, but yeah. Anyway, yes, the game goes to overtime, and it ends up being a 3-2 win. There's a celebration that the Hat Tricks did not care for. I have not seen this yet. I was alerted to this, and I'm gonna be viewing it in just a few minutes after getting this done and sending it out to you. But it is Matt Graham with the game-winning goal and an assist. Lucas Lackney set up 2 of the goals with helpers. Jamie Bussell had a goal. Nusiainen. The Prowlers held the Hat Tricks to 18 shots on goal. I can't remember the last time that Danbury was stymied with their offensive opportunities like that in quite a while. So the defense plays great. Nusiainen saves 16. Josh LaBelle does score a goal plus an assist, as does Johnny Ruiz. Connor McCullum, 24 saves in the loss. That game-winning goal, a 3:21 of overtime, in his Matt Graham. Shots just 27 to 18. Not much offense in this game. The Port Huron Prowlers got just enough. Very good crowd at the DIA, 22-23. Matt Graham now has 511 points, and I've got to double check, but I believe he is only 5 points short of former teammate Dalton J for third all time on the FPHL scorers list. And the final game, we can get through these two. It's Columbus doubling up Motor City. Bernard with the win. He saves 26 of 29. Sommerfeld, he gets the start. He saves 38 of 44. He played 56 minutes overall. Babin played the balance of the minutes. Babin got 2 saves in his 3 minutes 42 seconds of ice time. I'm not sure why that happened. If you have some information, comment down below. Let me know what happened. Why did Babin come in just for a bit? Anyway, Connor Lind, he gets the game-winning goal. 16-16 of the second period, and shots were 46 for the River Dragons, 29 for Motor City. Columbus is now 24-11-4. They solidified themselves in third place over idle Baton Rouge. Meanwhile, Motor City, they lose, but they don't lose any ground. They're still 10 points above the Venom in the race for that last playoff spot in the Empire. They are 13-25-2. Yes, Mississippi and Baton Rouge are idle this weekend. They will resume things shortly next weekend. So there you go. There is your wrap up. And again, I apologize for my voice. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for your support. Make sure you're hitting like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you're also doing the same thing on Facebook and also on the Flash Audio Network. And again, thank you to the Dashers. You've given us more than you realize. You don't have to do what you're doing, especially in the conditions in which you're doing it, but you do, and we appreciate it. So there you go. All right, I am Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash. Have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow with more game recaps. These 3 games we'll be covering in detail, so tune in then, and we will talk to you tomorrow.